If you really want to get on in this life, you've got to work hard. And we give lots of sort of advice about, it's a team, come and join the team, teamwork's so important, terribly important. But hard work is what it's really all about. And I mean, if I think about when we started 35 years ago, and regularly you would be in the office at 6 o'clock in the morning because the stock exchange opened at 7, and you had to get that press release delivered to the stock exchange, usually by hand. In fact, always by hand. And very often you were still in the office at 7 o'clock at night. That sounds like a long day. It was.
If you are setting up an agency, I think you need to answer a simple question. It's 2 questions. Are you doing this because you've always wanted to set up your own agency and you want to build the next great PR agency? Or are you doing it because you weren't particularly happy where you were at the time, and this is a get out of jail free card? And if it is the latter, then tread carefully, because it's quite scary and it's quite lonely, and you'll probably want to go back into agency life. And if it's the former and you want to build the next great agency, best of luck. For people coming into the industry, there are, I think, 2 elements of skill set. One is the basic common sense ability to read and write, ability to understand relatively complex documents, and to listen and to learn. All that bread and butter stuff is important. And if you're not a natural, I'm not going to say wordsmith, but if words aren't your thing, then PR is definitely not for you. There is a more sort of hidden skill set, which is the charisma piece. And I think what makes an effective participant in public relations is someone who not only has the bread and butter skill set, but has the charismatic piece that when they are engaging with clients or with journalists or with anyone else, they can build that trust and that goodwill and that rapport that says to both sides, I trust this person and I want to carry on working with them. And that's not necessarily something you can teach, but you can spot it. And if you can spot it, we, as the owners of an agency, need to nurture it.
I'd stick to your guns, I'd say, especially when you're younger. And I remember, my first years sort of managing projects. If you get a client who is determined that their vision for their company is immovable and correct, and you, because of research you've done, have a different idea and want to present it, go ahead and present it. Go ahead and present something that the client's expecting, but go ahead and present something the client isn't expecting as well. Make sure you can justify it and tell them the reason why you've done something that they may think is outrageous. And don't be shy about standing up for your ideas. People that don't respect that are not worth having as clients. What you want clients that are genuinely interested and will think again if you present something they're not expecting.
I think if I were setting up an agency now, I would be thinking about building it for tomorrow's world, not today's. And I'd be thinking about trying to anticipate all the change that's going to come to the communication industry and build an agency that's focused on the way it's going to go, not the way it is at the moment. Because as soon as you do that, it becomes more difficult to change direction. So it's about looking forwards, not about looking back.